To humans, energy is everything. And at the moment, they get most of it by burning coal, oil, and gas. Unfortunately, these fossil fuels also pollute the atmosphere, poison the oceans, and threaten to cook the planet. But what if there was an environmentally friendly alternative? And what if that alternative could literally grow on trees? Ever since the first humans discovered how to harness fire, they have burned biomass, like wood, to generate bioenergy. They've cooked their food with it, heated their homes with it, and generally used it to indulge in mischief. But then, with the Industrial Revolution, they discovered fossil fuels. Compared to wood, coal, oil, and gas contain far more energy per kilogram, and so were far more suitable to power modern machines. In the early 1900s, German engineer Rudolf Diesel invented an engine that could run on peanut oil and proved that bioenergy could power modern technology. And while peanut power never caught on, bioenergy still has the potential to play a key role in the energy transition and solve the climate crisis. But given bioenergy and fossil fuels both produce carbon dioxide pollution, what exactly makes bioenergy better for the environment? Fossil fuels are the remains of ancient life, like sea creatures and forests that were buried and compressed for millions of years. If humans dig them up and burn them, they release huge amounts of ancient carbon. The Earth cannot absorb all this additional carbon, so it builds up in the atmosphere, and the carbon cycle becomes unbalanced, making fossil fuels carbon positive, which is not a good thing. In contrast, biomass comes from modern plants that have recently absorbed carbon from the air. When burned, the carbon they release can be reabsorbed by trees planted to replace them, returning that carbon as part of the natural carbon cycle. This makes bioenergy theoretically carbon neutral and much better for the planet. Just like fossil fuels, bioenergy comes in three forms: solid, gas, and liquid. Coal can be replaced by wood chips or pellets in power plants. Fossil gas can be replaced by biogas to cook and heat homes, while gasoline and diesel can be replaced by bioethanol and biodiesel in vehicles. Although batteries are a better option for cars and light trucks, many long-distance vehicles are difficult to electrify. To power a container ship to travel to a distant port would take up a large percentage of its cargo storage capacity with batteries, and the batteries needed for a long-distance flight would make a plane too heavy to get off the ground. This is where green fuels such as biofuels can really help. Another advantage of biofuels and solid biomass is that they can be stored for long periods of time, providing countries with energy security, ensuring year-round electricity. Wind and solar already provide cheap, renewable electricity to the grid, but these are intermittent, so when they're not available, biomass can be burned to meet demand instead. On paper, it looks like the winning ticket. So why don't humans use more of it? Well, obtaining biomass often involves cutting down trees to make wood chips. And because wood burns much faster than it can grow, even if you plant new trees to replace them, it can take decades to absorb carbon that just took hours to burn. Biofuels may not be much better, as forests are often cleared so that crops like oil palm, soybean, sugarcane, and corn can be grown to make them. In fact, Thousands of square kilometers of rainforest have already been cleared in Brazil to grow soybean and sugarcane needed for biofuels. While in Indonesia and Malaysia, trees have been cleared to grow oil palm for biodiesel, causing mass habitat loss and threat of extinction to indigenous species. And even if existing farmland is used instead, it can raise prices and threaten food security, often harming the poorest in society. Worse, vast volumes of fresh water are consumed to grow these crops, and the processing, transportation, and land use changes involved can produce so much carbon that bioenergy ceases to be carbon neutral. In fact, when you account for all the hidden emissions, biofuels can sometimes be worse for the environment than fossil fuels, as well as being much more expensive to produce. Suddenly, diesel's dream of a peanut-powered planet seems, well, nuts. But don't throw bioenergy in the trash just yet, because there are several solutions that could give it a new lease of life. And funnily enough, the first involves using trash, or more specifically, biowaste. You see, waste products like crop residues, the byproducts of saw and paper mills, and even food waste or used cooking oils are already being used to get biomass without growing it on dedicated farmland or razing the world's forests. In fact, waste cooking oil makes up 55% of the biofuels used by Europe's airlines today. Another solution being trialled is known as bioenergy through carbon capture and storage, or BECCS. This involves using carbon capture technology to suck up the carbon dioxide released by burning biomass and storing it in underground caverns or disused mine shafts. And because the carbon in biomass was recently taken out of the atmosphere, storing it like this upgrades bioenergy from carbon neutral to carbon negative, which is even better. But to be truly viable, the biomass still needs to come from sustainable sources, like well-managed forests. At the moment, however, carbon capture is expensive and has been known to leak greenhouse gases. So there are still challenges to overcome if humans are to make BECCS a successful part of the energy transition. Another approach being tested involves producing biofuels from microscopic algae. It doesn't need farmland. Any old land will do, and it creates more biofuel per hectare than conventional crops like corn, sugarcane, or oil palm. Better yet, industrial CO2 emissions can be fed to the algae to help reduce the climate impact of other sectors as well. A similar option is to use seaweed, which can be grown in the ocean without the use of precious land or freshwater reserves, and research has shown that growing seaweed can also help support the biodiversity of marine ecosystems. Experimental technologies like microbial fuel cells also show promise. Similar to hydrogen fuel cells, these bypass the need to burn anything at all. They convert chemical energy from the organic matter in wastewater into electrical energy through the metabolic activity of bacteria. They even clean the wastewater at the same time, making water treatment cheaper. Once perfected, they could revolutionize how humans get their energy. So can bioenergy really help solve the climate crisis? Well, powering the world with biomass alone would be expensive and unsustainable. Bioenergy can also be greenwashed to cover up environmentally damaging practices that contribute to both deforestation and climate change. But provided it is obtained in an environmentally friendly way and is independently measured to be genuinely carbon neutral or better yet, carbon negative, And as long as it is mainly used in situations where there are no better green alternatives, like in shipping and aviation, then it can be deployed alongside other green solutions to become a useful part of the energy transition and help create a truly sustainable green future. Please spread the word about climate change solutions by sharing this video and like and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you.